Alright everyone, my name's Kevin, and this is my first Wi-Fi battle against my rival Wesley. This is commentated after the battle took place. We had two battles that we did here. We were both using rental teams. In both battles I used the same rental team, and here you see me making my selection. Wesley has a pretty decent team, where I chose to lead off with Whimsicott and Dracovish because I wanted prankster shenanigans and the hard-hitting capabilities of Dracovish up front. He leads out with Excadrill and Charizard, so he's coming out pretty offensive. So I use Whimsicott. I want to set up the Tailwind, if I'm not mistaken, so that I can get some speed control up front. Pretty certain his team outspeeds me for the most part, so I want to make sure that I can be faster than him. I immediately go for the Vicious Rend into Excadrill because I'm afraid that I'm afraid he's gonna hurt me. He's either gonna go for a Steel type move into Whimsicott, or he's just gonna try to knock out Dracovish. I expected one of them to have a Focus Sash, so I was hoping to get the Tailwind, one-shot Excadrill, or hit him, get him down to one hit point, and then just lose one of my Pokemon and come out swinging the next turn. Doesn't quite go that way. He does bring my Whimsicott down to the Focus Sash, but I did take out Excadrill before it could do anything, so I'm ahead in this battle right now from where I'm sitting. These being rental teams, we have a lot of Japanese names, so I don't know what comes out until I actually see it. So he comes out with a Mimikyu. I'm afraid Mimikyu is going to use the Shadow Sneak and take out Whimsicott before I can do anything. So I just go for an offensive choice here on both Pokemon. Oh, actually, I forgot. I went for a taunt because I was afraid of the Swords Dance. Vicious Rend one-shots the Charizard, so I actually, I'm way ahead now. He goes for Play Rough instead because he wants to take out Dracovish. And he gets a critical hit, but I don't think the critical hit really mattered. He probably would have taken me out regardless. So next, I have to choose what I'm going to do. Whether I go for Dragapult or Charizard. Because this is the first time you see me kind of sitting there looking at what my options are. First time I've used this team, I don't quite have all of the... I don't quite know the nuance of this team. So this is where I get very worried. Since I didn't see a Focus Sash on the Excadrill, I assume that it's on Durant, and I assume that Durant has Truant. So you see that I've gone for Worry Seed into the Durant, and I also chose Heat Wave. My fear was that Durant had Truant, and he was going to try to give Charizard Truant through entrainment. And Truant, what that does, it makes every other move your Pokemon is just lazy and doesn't do anything. So I thought he was going to try to cripple my Charizard that way and knock out the Whimsicott through a Shadow Snake. My biggest fear was that the Heat Wave wasn't going to knock him out because he had a Focus Sash, so that's why I went for the Worry Seed. I was just setting up for the turn after so I could try to do something with Dragapult. So I get the Worry Seed, and I see that he has Hustle. So it seems though he was just planning on hitting something really hard, because he doesn't have a Focus Sash. I go ahead and bust through this guys with my Heat Wave. I was planning on this going more in his favor than my favor if I didn't make this play. But he just didn't have the ability or moveset that I was anticipating. So he hits me pretty hard with that Shadow Claw, but Charizard weathers it. And then here you see I double up onto the Whimsicott just in case he does take something out with a Shadow Sneak. I want to make sure that I do take him down in this 2v1 scenario. And then I win this battle. A little bit lopsided in my favor, but Wesley is a pretty good battler. I mean, he is my rival after all. So we're going to move into the next battle where we see that it isn't quite so lopsided. Alright, here is the second battle between Wesley and I. Alright, so I'm selecting my Pokemon for this second battle, and I made a huge mistake. I didn't look at the team preview. I assumed that he was going to use the same team as last time, the way I did. So I pretty much anticipated him coming at me with the same things, and I thought I knew what he was going to bring to battle. That was my first huge mistake in this battle. So there's Wesley. He leads out with Tyranitar and Excadrill, and I'm like, wait a minute. I don't remember Tyranitar. But I don't feel right now, like I clearly realize I've messed up by not paying attention to the team preview, but I think to myself, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play this, and I'm gonna do what I can to adapt. So I go for the Tailwind because I know I need the speed control. Because I honestly didn't remember what he had at this time. And then I'm going for a Vicious Rend. I know I need to take out that Excadrill because he can do some terrible things to me. So can the Tyranitar, but I feel like the Excadrill was the biggest threat. I assumed this would be Mold Breaker, but instead he goes for a very fast sand setup lead with so that he can get his speed in the sand. And then he goes for a Fire Punch. So Whimsicott's down. No more shenanigans for me to do a setup or try to disrupt what he's doing. I do one-shot the Excadrill, which is good, so we're both down Pokemon. Unfortunately, I'm at a slight disadvantage because my Dracovish is injured. So he's not going to survive one more hit from anything. He brings out Togekiss, which kind of scares me, because I have the max Steel Spike, which is super effective against Togekiss, and I know I can get a Vicious Rend on the Tyranitar, would probably one-shot it. So my hope here is that I can get the stat boost from Dynamaxing and using the Steel-type move, and hopefully take out something. Because right now I don't have a clear lead. Alright. We see that Wesley also Dynamaxes, so now I'm like, uh-oh. What's it gonna be? And it turns out that he Dynamaxes his Togekiss. Alright, so his Togekiss is there. I use the max Steel Spike, hoping I can get some good damage on this Togekiss, and it barely does anything. I do get the defense raise, hoping that maybe I can survive whatever this Tyranitar might do, but because of the Tailwind I'm faster and I take him out with one shot, so Tyranitar doesn't get to do anything this turn. But now it's Togekiss's turn. And he uses the max Airstream, takes out Dracovish, and now he has a +1 speed Togekiss. I still have the Tailwind, which puts the speed roughly in my favor, because Togekiss is the only thing that has the bonus right now. So I bring out my last Pokemon, Charizard. And at this point, I'm starting to realize that I kinda messed up. I should have potentially brought in Charizard and used him to set up the sun, because this sand's going to be annoying. So he has Melodic out. I don't know what ability it has, so I'm kind of taking a gamble. I'm thinking if I use the max Phantasm, I can get the defense drop, and then Dragapult, if he survives his Dynamax and goes back to his normal form, I can take down, because both of these are bulky, I can take down their defense, and I can just start, I can use Dragapult to do some work. So I protect here, because I assumed that he was going to try to take out the Charizard. Lower Togekiss's defense, still don't do much damage. But I find out that Melodic has competitive, and this is where I really messed up, because now Melodic gets +2 special attack. Melodic's gonna mess some stuff up if I'm not careful. This Togekiss doesn't do much damage, even though it's super effective to my Dragapult. I do take the damage, but I don't take as much as I thought I would, so that tells me that this Togekiss is trained to be a defensive wall, which is good. That means I can weather a few more hits from it, but it's the Melodic that scares me right now. So I know I'm still faster than the Melodic. Melodic hasn't received any speed boosts yet. I know I can't max Phantasm, so I have to go for something that doesn't reduce their stats, because I don't need competitive to trigger a Melodic anymore. I don't quite have a knockout punch, so my reasoning here was I'm gonna try to take down, get the speed advantage, because my Tailwind's about to go away. Try to get the speed advantage, try to get some kind of chip damage on the Melodic, try to get some kind of chip damage on the Togekiss, but Togekiss eats a citrus berry. Doesn't quite undo everything that I did, but, you know, it's not the ideal situation. So he also does his own max Airstream to get his speed up. Right now we're fighting to see who can be fastest, because we're getting to a point where whoever goes first might get the first knockout, and then has the advantage of 2 versus 1. He surprises me, he goes for Icy Wind so that he can get some speed control. So now, Wesley is faster than me. I'm in a bad spot right now. And that all goes back to me just not paying attention to the team preview. So our Dynamax wears off, we go back to our normal size, which means we have our normal movesets again. And I'm kinda at a loss here. I don't know what to do to put myself in an advantage. So I choose, if I'm not mistaken, I go for the Steel Wing on the Togekiss, because that's the closest I'm going to get to knocking that thing out. And then I protect, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I protect, because I'm afraid of a +2 Scald. Because I know him trying to take out that Charizard is probably the #1 thing in his mind right now. So we see that the Togekiss goes first, doesn't knock out Dragapult, and we see that Melodic is faster than... So Melodic still goes last, that is. I misspoke. However, since I used Protect, I didn't quite see where Charizard goes in this turn, so I don't know if he's faster or slower than the Melodic. I'm afraid that he's slower, but I'm going to come out swinging. So I attack the melodic, and I'm trying to get a knockout on this Togekiss, but I also need chip damage on this melodic, because I think he can only take out one of my Pokemon, but he uses Follow Me. So the Steel Wing naturally goes there. I don't have to worry about Follow Me on Charizard though. He uses Icy Wind, which means he's definitely going to be faster than me now. He misses the Dragapult, which means I still got a chance. So Air Slash connects, but Charizard is now super slow. So that means he's gonna knock out one of my Pokemon this turn. I gotta try to make some work, so really just not knowing the nuances of this team, I go for Dragon Darts, thinking that's gonna be my best shot of knocking this melodic out. And there's hit number 1, hit number 2, he survives. And then with an Icy Wind, he takes out both of my Pokemon, and I lose this battle. So great battle from Wesley. He earned it. Just like we make each other earn every victory that we get off one another. I hope you enjoyed this, and hopefully we have more Pokemon battles soon.